Okay, hi guys. So it is Wednesday the 13th of May 2020. We are just coming into the new phase of our lockdown period, and we wanted to update you a little bit on what's happening within the Passion Fit world. Now, as most of you will probably know, at the beginning of the lockdown process and the beginning of the COVID-19 sort of crisis in the UK, I in particular was very outspoken about my position on exercising outdoors, specifically cycling. And there were a lot of reasons for this, and I've documented that really well in my own video posts and those through the Passion Fit coaching page as well. A lot's happened in the last 6 or 7 weeks. We know the government guidelines have now changed considerably, and the experiences that our medical professionals and our emergency services have of the virus and the situation has also changed a lot in the last 6 or 7 weeks. So rather than me though tell you what's going to be happening in the Passion Fit community and how we feel about the current changes and how we're going to be approaching the next few weeks, my lovely wife is going to talk you through that a little bit more. She's a lot nicer to listen to than I am, a lot more balanced, and you'll probably enjoy what she's got to say more than you enjoy listening to me. So I'll hand you over to her.
Well, I guess the first thing that's going to be really important for us both to say is a huge thank you to all of our Passion Fit community and team athletes. The way that they have represented us and our values through this period has just been brilliant. Their level of social responsibility, how engaged and motivated they've stayed, how quickly and seamlessly they transferred over to our new structure and our new normal, the way they've supported us as coaches as well as each other, and how positive they have stayed and managed to remain focused on the things that they still could do has just been wonderful to see. And actually, coaches often find that their athletes thank them for how much they've helped support them. But we certainly find ourselves in a position where actually we want to thank our athletes for how wonderful and supportive they've been of us. And actually by them taking this approach and by their attitudes and behaviours has actually made our job an awful lot easier and actually an awful lot more enjoyable as well. And I'm sure Tom would agree with that too.
Yeah, I would. And also a huge thank you to all of the frontline staff and people who have been able to support us during this crisis, keep the country going, and locally, those frontline staff and experts that have offered us advice and guidance, those that have put so much on the line for the rest of us. I think there are no words really that describe how grateful we are for all of that and what it's meant to us during this last few weeks.
Absolutely. And because our athletes have taken such a professional and well-balanced approach, we will be encouraging them to make some of their own decisions around some of their outdoor training over the coming weeks. And we have had quite a lot of questions actually from people outside of the community about what approach Passion Fit are going to take over the coming weeks now with these slightly revised outdoor exercise restrictions. And I guess the answer is still we don't necessarily know, and we don't have an exact answer, but what we absolutely can say and can assure you of is that any decisions we do make will be well thought out and will be underpinned by integrity and social responsibility, and of course always falling within the government guidelines. All of our decisions will be made on a case-by-case basis and with information that we have, where we're quite lucky to have some contacts in the emergency services, and we are staying in regular communication with them to get as much information as we possibly can to be able to make those decisions.
Yeah, and a big thank you to those guys for taking the time to help advise us and guide us on an individual basis. We're very fortunate to have those contacts. Some of them have been really good friends, some of them members of the community, and really appreciate the time that you guys have taken to help guide us, above and beyond just the government advice.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you would like to know a little bit more about some of the approaches that we're taking and want to ask us any more in-depth questions, then of course please do get in contact. We'd be more than happy to share any of our plans and the information that we have if it helps you too.
Yeah.
But whatever, sorry.
I was just going to say that, you know, and some people have been really supportive of everything that we've done so far and offered us feedback. Some people have challenged us, understandably, and some have offered really positive and supportive feedback about the position we've taken. So they've been very engaged with our journey. And as Lauren has said, you know, if you want to know a little bit more about that, and particularly those people perhaps, then by all means get in touch with us, and we'd be happy to share what we're doing and why we're doing that.
And I guess for any of you that are still unsure what approach to take, all I'd say is just make sure whatever decisions you make, just be responsible, make well thought out decisions, like I say, that are underpinned by doing the right thing and integrity. And just make sure you're looking after yourself and others as well. As long as you make decisions based on those things, then I'm sure you can't go wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you do have any questions or need any sort of help, support and advice, then of course do get into contact. We'd be happy to help. Thanks everyone.